Michelle Torrio, and this is the Be Mindful podcast. Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Be Mindful podcast. If you are new here, welcome. I'm super excited to have you here. This is all about you improving. That's what this podcast is all about. If you're here to just level up, or if you're completely new and that's what you're looking for, then you're in the right place. Welcome. And if you've been here and you're watching the video, you'll see that I have a brand new hairstyle. Yes, your girl got bangs and they're banging. Literally. I colored my hair. It's not as dark as it normally is. My natural hair color is a really dark brown. Some people even think it's black, but I actually did a coppery color. You can't really tell in this lighting, but I promise you it is a copper color. And I'm loving it. I'm totally loving it. The reason why I changed my color is because a week ago from today, so when you're listening, watching this, it was 11/11, and that's my birthday. So I wanted to do something different because I was turning 30. I am officially 30 years old. And I thought it only felt right to do something with my hair as I step into this new chapter of my life. And my birthday, me turning 30, is also what really inspired me to create this episode. I feel like I'm really at a place where I just am so focused on myself, my goals, my family. I'm just so hyper-focused in that. And I don't think I've ever been this hyper-focused to the point where I feel so good to work on myself. And that's something that I think I've personally struggled with for so long, where I thought it was a bad thing. Like I felt guilty for wanting to focus more on me. But the thing is that when you don't take care of yourself, you start to drain your energy and you start to put your energy towards things that maybe aren't as important. And another thing, you can't show up for other people fully if you're not showing up for yourself. And recently, especially the last couple years, I've learned to really be selfish with that, have boundaries. And that's what this episode is really about. It's really understanding your worth as a person, knowing that you can be confident, knowing that it's safe to have big dreams, big goals, and big desires, whatever that is, and that it's safe to be selfish with whatever it is that you want for yourself, because it's your life. So today we're going to go straight into that. My goal for you is to leave this episode feeling super empowered. That's all I want for you. I want you to understand and recognize how amazing you really are and why you're even here. And you're here for a purpose. I don't know what that purpose is, but every single person that's on this earth, that's living and breathing, they're meant to be here for a reason. Before we get into a topic, I do want to share something that I think a lot of people can relate to that's going to tie into this episode. So recently, someone shared with me that she was told to write down her strengths at work. And she got really sad because she noticed that she couldn't think of one thing. So what she did is that she asked one of her coworkers for assistance on it. And it made her realize that every time she started thinking of things that were her strength, she would deny it. She wouldn't believe it was true about herself. Now, hearing this was really heartbreaking because this person is beautiful inside and out. She's so funny. She really is she's one of the hardest working girls I know. Seriously. And to hear that she doesn't see her own strengths is heartbreaking. But I share this with you today because this is something that I understand. I've been in her shoes, and it reminded me of me. And it reminded me about everyone else, how this is actually normal. And it's sad to say that it's normal. It's sad to know that many of us struggle with understanding our strengths, recognizing the things that make us us. I want you to be able to be your biggest hype man, be your biggest cheerleader. I will always say that, always. And we live in a society where we just compare ourselves to so many people, and we were raised in a way where we're supposed to look a certain way, or we're supposed to do things a certain way when that's not even true. So knowing your worthiness is something we're going to go straight into right now. The first thing that I want to say, and I want you to accept this and recognize it and understand that this is a fact, is that you matter. The fact that you are here, living, breathing, you're a human, you're watching this, listening to this right now, is proof that you were meant to be here. God has plans for you. And maybe you don't know what that is. That's okay. But you weren't put here on accident. You're here for a reason. You are valuable. I can tell you this over and over and over, but this is something that you have to believe in yourself. Only you can truly work on building your own confidence and trusting in your own worthiness. You can't try to be worthy. You are. You just simply are. And that's something that you have to accept for yourself. It's not like you can work on yourself and then forever you're going to be fine. And you're always going to be confident. And you're never going to have moments of doubt or comparison. Especially if you're someone that has struggled with that in your past. Like maybe you were bullied. Maybe you created beliefs in your head because someone told you that you looked a certain way or they just put you down. So you accepted that belief as your own. But we, me and you, come on, we're not going to allow that anymore. We're not going to allow these beliefs to weigh us down. We are going to step into our power and recognize who the fuck we are. Like, come on. So right now, I'm going to tell you, self-love is a requirement, okay? Self-love is a requirement because it's what fuels us. It's what impacts our entire well-being. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you were treated a specific way in the past. Let that go. That was in the past. We're here right now. And the way you view yourself now, that's what matters. The opinion you have about yourself, that's what matters. And how anyone else thinks of you, that's their own problem. So if someone doesn't like you, bye. Thank you. Next. Bye. No, seriously. Bye. The reason why I'm super passionate about talking about this is because our beliefs will live with us as long as we allow it to. This is coming from someone who really did struggle with her own worthiness for the longest time. Think about it. Like, it's kind of crazy. I really never thought I was smart. I really didn't think I was ever creative. I would really tell myself I also looked deformed. And I really believe these things. And it's so sad. It's really heartbreaking to know that I even thought of these things toward myself. Now imagine your best friend, someone you love, your mom, your sister, your dad, your brother, someone that you love and adore. Imagine them like saying all of these negative things towards themselves. I'm sure you would tell them like, hey, stop that. You shouldn't be talking to yourself that way. So why is it that when we're talking badly about ourselves, we don't stop ourselves? Why is that? It's so much easier, isn't it? So for many years, I was really struggling with understanding my importance here, why I'm valuable in other people's lives. It took a long time. And I'm not going to lie, there are still moments where I feel like I may not be important, but I got to just reel myself back in on those moments and remind myself like, no, I am uniquely me. You are uniquely you. And each and every one of us are here for a reason. We're here for a purpose. And there are people in our lives that look at us and they're like, you are so important to me. But you have to understand that you don't need the outside validation from other people to remind you how important you are, because you already are. You are enough as you are. In order for us to really understand and know our worthiness, we need to work on building trust with ourselves. And in order for us to do that, we do have to recognize, okay, where is our mind going? So this is a really valuable tip that I highly recommend you try. This is something I share with my clients, and it's you monitoring your thoughts. Like, how do you treat yourself? What thoughts come in often? Like, do you constantly find yourself putting yourself down, or are you being your own hype man? Like, are you cheering yourself on, or are you being so hard on yourself every time you maybe hit a challenge, or when you wake up in the morning, are you putting yourself down? Like, are you talking bad about yourself? That is the only way that you're going to be able to really change, because you need to recognize your current actions and your current beliefs now. So if you want to know your worthiness and really build that confidence, first build the trust with yourself by monitoring your thoughts so that you can flip the switch and replace it with your affirmations. Affirmations are a beautiful way for you to pivot. Emotional flexibility is a skill, and that's the only way you're going to start training your mind to start believing into something different, because it takes time. Just like anything, when you are learning to ride a bike, when you're learning how to drive, it takes repetition. It's the same exact thing when it comes to your beliefs. So don't think it's going to be instant. It might take some time, but that's how you're going to start building that confidence, especially if you're having a hard time accepting that you matter and that you are worthy. You need to step back into your own power and realize like you are here for a reason, and you are just worthy because you are, and there's no other way to explain it. You don't have to like sit here and explain to someone why you're worthy. You just simply are. Another example of knowing your worthiness is choosing to take care of yourself, choosing you to show up by loving yourself, by taking care of your health, whether that's mental, physical. That is another way you'll build your confidence because you're taking care of yourself. I think it's really important that you prioritize self-care and self-love because, like I said, when you fuel yourself, you just feel so much better. You feel more confident, you feel good, you even stress less, and you're able to show up for others fully. For example, taking care of yourself can literally be just like getting ready, just because you want to. Just because you want to like put on a little bit of makeup, do your hair, whatever you want to do more of those things that give you joy. We need that. We need that for ourselves. As we get older, we get busier. And then maybe we start to grow a family, and especially parents, they get so busy that they sometimes forget to take care of themselves. And so communicating with your partner, if you have one, and you have kids, is, trying to find a balance for yourself where you can still take care of yourself fully. Just remember that how you feel and how you look, that's all up to you. And choosing to make an effort to take care of yourself will boost your confidence. If you've seen that show Euphoria, there's a part where the character Maddie specifically says, and I'll put it right here, she says 90% of life is confidence. And the thing about confidence is no one knows if it's real or not. And this is so true because no one just wakes up feeling 100% confident every single day. I mean, if that's you, cool. Comment below and tell me how you do it, because I definitely don't feel like that 100% of the time. Confidence is really a choice, and it's only cringy if you make it cringy, honestly. And doing things like taking care of yourself, like going after your dreams, maybe working on your fitness, or maybe you're trying to get better at doing your makeup and like want to just improve on that. Whatever it is you're doing, that's not cringy at all. Nothing's cringy unless you make it cringy. So if you want to feel confident, do things that make you feel confident. And remember that no one gives a fuck. No one. Only you and your opinion about yourself is what matters, like I said earlier. Now, when it comes to knowing your worthiness, it's also knowing like what is it that you also desire in this life? Like what are your dreams? What are your goals? What do you want? I think it's important to get clear on what you want, because if you lose sight of that, it's kind of like you lose sight of yourself. You aren't going after the things that once fired you up. So what do you want? Write all of it down. Get clear, because a lot of people don't go after the things that they want because they're scared they're going to fail, or they don't believe that they're worthy enough to do it or have it. It really does not matter where you come from, where you start, as long as you start, as long as you go after what you want. So whatever it is that you desire to have in your life, whether that's like a big home, or maybe you want a small home, or maybe you want to move somewhere where you're not even near the city and you just want to have a farm or something like that. That's possible for you. Or maybe you want to start a business. I had a friend tell me recently that he wanted to start a photography business, but he didn't want to because it's so saturated and he doesn't think he could do it. And I told him, fuck no. No, it's not saturated. Like maybe it is, but it doesn't matter. No one's going to get the photos that he takes because it's him behind the lens. He's uniquely him. And so no one can ever replicate his photos because it's coming from him. And that's what you have to remember is whatever you want to do in life, if you think everyone has it or it's so saturated, yada, 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 these are only excuses that you are creating for yourself. So stop, and just go after everything that you want. And who cares if it takes longer? Who cares if you're doing it a different way? It doesn't matter because you're doing it. It's your lane. So stay in your lane, focus on your lane, and keep going. The reason why I think it's important to understand and know what you want is because I want you to recognize that all of it is possible. You are worthy enough to have everything that you desire. But you have to remember, though, that rejection is only redirection. So if you're working towards getting something that you want and it doesn't happen the way that you want it to, it could be that the timing is wrong, or maybe there's just something so much more better out there. And that's how you have to look at it. It's from an abundance mindset, knowing that it's still available for you, but maybe God thinks that something else is so much more better than this. Who knows? It's really trusting in the unknown, but understanding that regardless, you can have what you desire because you deserve it. The last thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to knowing your worthiness is being selfish with your time, being selfish and having boundaries, not saying yes to every little thing because no, we're not going to do that. That's just going to drain you, honestly. So don't say yes to everything. Stop. Stop being a people pleaser. We don't need to do that. That's just going to drain us. You have to remember that not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone can have access to you. So if there's anyone in your life right now that really isn't serving you, that isn't there to provide love, light, support, then why are they there? Why are they in your life? People come and go. It's just like seasons. There are people who are going to be there for the rest of your life. There are people who are going to be there only for a minimal of time. And it's just being okay with that and knowing that not all of us are going to click. That's exactly why I think it's very important to recognize that anyone who's in your life, that is a privilege. It is a privilege that they're in your life, okay? It is a privilege that they get to be with you and spend time with you. And when we say yes to everything and everyone, that's when it gets really draining because you're allowing yourself to be spread so thin that you're not giving yourself the time that you need, maybe to be alone. And then also you're giving yourself time to spend time with people that maybe no longer serve you in your life. When you close one door, it'll open another. And that's what happened with me. I prayed for the right people to come into my life because in my 20s, I really was struggling with that. I was really struggling understanding like who was really there for me. And to be able to look at my life now and see who's in my life, I clearly see it. And I know it's part of because I have set that healthy boundary for myself. And you have to also treat yourself with respect, and that's how they will treat you as well. You will realize that people will treat you the way you treat yourself and how you allow them to treat you. So if you are feeling like people are taking advantage of you, ask yourself why. Like, are you people pleasing at all? Like, you can't fully blame people if you're allowing their actions. Another thing I want you to be very selfish about, and this goes back to knowing what you want, it's be selfish with your dreams. There are going to be people who project their own insecurities on you, even if it's not on purpose. They're going to project their insecurities because they weren't able to achieve something that maybe they wanted, but they never got it. And that's because they didn't keep going. Trust me when I say that people will tell you and show you what they can't do to try to impact you and your path. Do not listen to anyone who is not in a place where you want to be. If someone is doing way better than me and they're giving me advice, I'm gonna listen to them. But if it's someone who is living a life that you don't really admire or you don't really trust what they're saying, then don't. You can listen, be polite, but you don't have to like accept the things that they're saying. So yes, be selfish with your dreams, with your goals, and know that whatever path you're on, the lane that you're on, that's your own. There's no perfect path. There's no perfect document telling us exactly like what we're supposed to do. Like we're all trying to figure shit out. I really hope all of that was helpful because I just want you to really know how awesome you are. I may not know exactly who you are, whoever is watching this or listening to this, but I want you to know that about yourself. That you really are an amazing person, that you are worthy to have everything that you want, to have the life that you want. If you want to get married, you can get married. If you want to have your own business, you can have your own business. You are worthy as fuck. And you don't have to prove that to anyone. Anyone, okay? No one. You just are. Please know that. And if this is something that you are working on and you want some guidance, work with me. Book a call with me. Let's go over this together and see what we can work on so you can build your confidence in yourself. Because the only way that you can really change your life is understanding like what isn't working and changing that so we can do things that will work and help you thrive. I saw this quote recently and I wrote it down. I don't know who it's from, but I loved it. And it's roses are red, violets are blue. Never underestimate the value in you. Oh, it's so cute, isn't it? I love it. Seriously, it's the cutest quote ever. And I want you to remember that you are so valuable. You are so worthy. And I'm sure you are meant to do great things in this life. And with that quote, I'm going to go ahead and end today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any topic requests, please leave a comment below because that'll help me out and I'll be able to create content based on what you're requesting. And as always, don't forget to be mindful because who you are from within will attract from the out. See you in the next episode. Bye, guys.